Welcome back, everyone. This is SeanThomas, and we are about to engage in our first battle here with the Norsemen. So we have moved in on our southern angle enemy, and we've been joined by our allies, the Danes, and it looks like their army has taken some damage. We are the engaging army, so we will likely be awarded the victory with the settlement as our own. We're going to go ahead and select the option for fight the battle on the battlefield. We could also choose to encircle it, and at that point you just starve them out. Looking at this, it says barricades available 1, turns until supplies run out 8. We don't want to wait 8 turns just to take one city, and you can see the strength here is well in our favor. There is one small army just off the side here. They'll likely run once we attack, or if not, they'll join the field with just a few men. So let's have our first look. We gained another achievement, the all-rounder. I believe that's likely from having 1 artillery, cavalry, missiles, skirmisher, infantry, and I'm not sure if they break up between, it looks like they do, pikes versus swords. So that gave us the achievement for having a mixed army. So this is a non-walled city, but I believe there are some non-connected walls that will provide themselves as barriers, either that or else raised terrain. We do have a cavalry and a onager. We don't want them to last beyond this turn because of the expense, so we're going to use them quite heavily in this battle. Alright, we got some fog. Let's go ahead and wait to see if we get a clear day. Alright, this will work for us. So we've got dry, and there's no adverse effects, so we'll go ahead and start deployment. So, like all other Total Wars, you can create the box around them and move them forward. As I mentioned, we want to get a lot of use out of our cavalry here. Looks like we've got some walls, like I mentioned. We want to enter in with our cavalry, likely off to the side, so that we can get best use out of them. Well, they are mercenaries. Rather than being sneaky, we'll allow our allies who join from the left here. Perhaps we'll switch it up and come to the... If I double click over here, I'm not sure if I can spawn in on the outside of this. Let's give it a shot. Looking at the terrain, this might be our best approach if it'll let us spawn here. I believe okay, so this white ring all around it is our spawn option location. The downside from attacking here is we'll be fighting up a significant hill with a lot of turns. But this will give our friendlies a chance to catch up and hit on the other side. Alright, we'll bring up our archers next. Looks like there's too many units there to place. Not giving us any option to place our archers there. Perhaps certain units can spawn in different areas, looks like. So because they're brigands, it's perhaps they get an option to spawn in other locations. The rest of us are going to have to be over here. Let's go ahead and stick our archers up front. We want to pull them into the battle. We'll follow that with our skirmishers, who will police the lines. Alright, the hotkey is G. If you've got selected the units that you want together, you can spread them out, push G, and that'll group them. They'll stay in that formation. We'll get all our spears behind those skirmishers. Alright, we want the catapult, since it's slow moving, we're going to want that in the front as well. And we'll move that one first. Keep the warlords in the back. With the spearmen, we'll fall back with the cavalry and the other folk. Let's see if there's an option for skirmishing. So fire at will we want, but we also want them to fall back in the event that people get too close. So we got a skirmish option on the archers. I was expecting to see it on these fellows as well. Alright, so let's go ahead and start up. Let's take a look at where the enemies are positioned. Alright, so we're going to accelerate up the top right. You can control the speed. We want to kind of look at the map and see where the reinforcements are coming from, and by speeding it up, we also give our friendlies a chance to get into the fight.
The enemy approaches.
All right.
Wiser men would flee before our numbers.
Still not seeing where the other troops are coming in from. Looks like there they are up ahead. They're almost into the enclosure as well. So they're spearmen. We don't want to be the first into the fray. We want to come in and strike them from the rear. Our allies are slowly moving in. And don't be afraid to use the speed button when you're doing your matches. If you're new to Total War, the speed is your friend. It'll allow you to get into positions and allow for when you have joint strikes, like I have here with our southern neighbors.
Beware, our hidden units have been revealed.
All right. So that just means that they've moved up and they've spotted us. So we'll want to go ahead and hit play now. This will bring us to the normal time frame. All right, I do have blood and gore on. So our archers, since we had them up front, are just unleashing hell on these fellows here. Looks like they've had enough already and they're falling back. And the cavalry from our allies are also moving into position here. These are mounted raiders. They're going to have some missile. That's what the blue line stands for.
Our troops are being ambushed.
So the spearmen are moving in. We've got our catapults firing here, and I believe we can control them as well, like we did in Rome. If not, let's go ahead and slow it down here. But pause it and take a look. Drop siege equipment, don't want to do that. Barrage and standard rounds. We can switch to flame rounds. I don't see the option to take control like we did in Rome. See, auto triggering disabled, so we want to go ahead and let them continue to barrage on their own. Not seeing an option. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and let them continue to fire. We are going to potentially lose these onagers because the enemy troops moving in, which is fine since they are a mercenary unit. We'll also move in with our horsemen to the center to capture that point. It won't give us the victory in Attila, it'll just give us a bonus. Alright. So the skirmishers should open up on them. We do want to engage with our spearmen and our swords. And let's go ahead and do this. So I'll double click to speed up their attack. Alright, so artillery is continuing to open up fire on those far spearmen.
The enemy engages our ally. Do we help?
Alright, so most of their troops have broken and run. Their general is beating on us on this far side over here. We want to go ahead and make sure our general comes up behind and strikes these guys from the rear. I'm going to go ahead and rally our troops since we have that ability open to us at the moment. Alright, so now that we're on the flank of their general, we can come in behind them. Alright, we got him on the run now. So with those guys engaged, we'll go ahead and move up the remainder of our archers. Our raiders have taken quite a bit of damage because they've been sitting too close to the tower, but they are already paid for, so let's go ahead and rush in on those spears. They can kill the remainder of our mercenaries. We don't need their filth any further. And we'll open up with the onagers as well. Okay, so we dropped the siege equipment and we've rearmed it. We'll continue to open up on... Well, it looks like they ran out of ammo, so without the ammo, we'll drop the siege equipment and we'll use them to engage the spearmen as well, since we've already paid for them. And we do not want to carry them into any further rounds. The remainder of our archers will open up on theirs. So we do want to take out those swordsmen. Moving up the melee to engage theirs. So I don't want to continue firing on my troops in their rear, so I'll switch that over to their archers. And that'll be it. And there's the victory. Thank you all very much for watching. Hit that like button, subscribe, and I'll catch you on the next one.